Please just hit me with that good stuff. You know what I need, it's better than drugs. Bring on the machine, bring on the routine, and don't forget to bring me one more thing. The pitter patter, the clickety clatter, the tip taps of my typing patterns. This is our modern mundane disaster. Clicking away with maniacal laughter like ha 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 ha. Oh my god, chipping away at my sanity constantly. Drifting astray from all that was taught to me. From the keystrokes I'm typing with fingers like lightning. But if this is what they say my life is, then quite frankly I'm dying. But that's fine, I don't mind. For these keys I will bleed, because these keys are all I'll ever need. It is to this in which I lose my real power. It is from this in which I will surely be devoured quickly, becoming lonely, slipping, shifting slowly, clicking, scrolling, typing. To put it simply, I'm still dying. Too busy for me to be this dizzy, but I'm locked in to internet living. It's complicated, complicating commonly. I sit contemplating all the things that I'm not saying. Strained hands, feet aching. It's a shame when you feel your sanity breaking. Look man, here's what I'm saying. Green thumbs become numb with a brain stuck on income. But it's best to forget, pretend to be dumb, than to sit and regret all that you've done. Better yet, you can choose to be numb. Better yet, you can choose to be done. I have clean hands cause I washed them, daydreaming of peace I've forgotten. When I grew weak and grew rotten, all I see is screens and you cannot stop them. So I keep to my routine, no time for me to think, as my clock is ticking and I get clicking, turning on my machine as I get busy. And you cannot stop them. So I keep to my routine, no time for me to think, as my clock is ticking and I get clicking, turning on my machine as I get busy. Bring on the routine as I get busy.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Give me 1 second. My freaking camera just fell down. What do I play in the meantime? I don't know. This, this, and okay, 1 second. All right. Fix this. Boom. Boom. Okay. Is the microphone okay, everyone? Let me know. Hit me with a yes and. And so today, we're gonna do something a little bit different, I guess. We're gonna be reviewing the I don't want to say final conversation because I feel like I'm always wrong. So we're gonna be reviewing the proper one-on-one. I feel like I was requesting here as me and JT part ways. maybe we don't part ways, maybe we do, but that's kind of how I'm looking at it right now. Thank you, yes and. What's up, El Perro? So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and so yeah, he gave me permission to do this. He just didn't want to do it live, so that's the way it is. I'm just gonna pull it up real quick. And I got a little emotional here, so you know, maybe I look kind of bad in some parts too, but that's what we'll. And I might open it. You know, I might share it and open it depending on how I feel. I'm trying to keep these more short and condensed, even though I do want the watch hours. So I don't know. It's kind of conflicting. Where is it? Oh yeah, main videos. Boom. 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 And boom. Okay. All right, we got it ready. Let's do this.
I crave this. Be free from the deep.
One moment. What's up? What's up? You there? Oh. What's up, man?
Okay. Hey, yes, I'm here.
All right, man. I gotta get. I think the headphone jack is like. I think I might just need new headphones.
Something sounds.
Oh, yeah, I think I was already. Hey, this is a good time for me too, Margot. I might start doing this more often. Just like hit it for like a couple hours and then do dinner. Thank you. Okay, testing. Somebody explain.
Solid. Sounds great.
I'll try to stay up this like upright the whole time. Maybe it'll be the perfect, best audio ever. And we don't have to have the video on if you don't want to. Hold on. So there's that. Boom. You just want to do it like this. That's fine. You're the better than me. Yeah, man. We can keep it pretty chill. I mean, I did exactly what you told me to do. I wrote down some questions and so I guess some backstory here. Practice. One of my goals, essentially, this morning I woke up to a few texts about, you know, what he felt like I could have done differently and what I was wanting and all that. And he was like telling me, hold on, let me just make sure I get this right. All right, 1 second. So this morning I woke up to a Hey Landry thing, and he's basically said something about leadership and how that's what he thought I was looking for was for good leadership because I can't lead myself. That's not verbatim, but the leadership part was for sure. And then he's wanting to solve some resentments. So let him know that I don't have any resentments that I'm carrying and that I'll be around if you know. And then he was like, so? ? And I was like, thumbs up. And then he told me that it didn't make any sense and I have no feedback for what he said. And then I said, I'm not interested in messaging about it, but that doesn't mean I have no response. And then he called me and then we set this up because he was like, well, what do you want to do? And I just said, I don't know, man. And he was like, well, how about you just ask me what you know? So the specific question was if I could ask him questions to help better understand him, or no, that's not the right word. It was to remove all doubts. That's what it is. I needed to answer questions to remove any doubts that I might have about him as a person. So that's the context of this conversation, which is speaking slower and more clearly. So, and you know, obviously you have every right. The question doesn't come across to you in a way that is worth your time or you feel is disingenuous or anything like that. You can feel free to say, you know, no, thank you. And we can move on to the next one. Is that cool?
Sure. Appreciate it.
Of course. Yeah, I'm not your dad or anything or your mom or so, you know, you are a free man. And the first question I wanted to start with was, So if say I showed up to DC with a super nice camera and the objective to film you for the whole day, like, you know, morning to evening, do you have a good idea of what we would be filming?
Landry, I think you're missing the point of what I was hoping you were doing.
Hey, that's the first question. There's 16 of them.
Okay.
So maybe that one just, you can skip that one.
Let's come back to that one.
Okay.
Please.
Okay. So hold on. So,
Here, and let me answer so you understand why. At this
Yeah.
point, young man, I don't see us working together. I accepted your words. You quit. I'm moving forward. So unless some of these other questions are like I've been asking you to do, face your doubts. Let's see where it goes, please.
so my doubts about you want the questions to give me an example of one question, just to make sure that I don't have, you know, anything here that would be. So you want me to ask you? I'm curious. I'm confused now. What the kind of question you're looking for is about my doubts about you as a person, about my doubts about you as a leader, or what?
Your doubts that I am anything other than I have said. You claimed I am not representing my brand. You said that publicly. You said that confidently. I know you are wrong because you don't know what you don't know.
Okay.
So
I don't know what I don't know.
can you accept that fact?
I don't know that what. Yeah, sure. I don't know
The
what I don't
things
know.
the things you haven't heard of, the things you haven't learned, you have no capacity to know. You've stepped beyond that into you think you know things about Jack Talcott that you actually do not, just like many others have done.
Is this based off of my conversation with Paul and Margot?
No, this is
What's
based
based off
on
of?
my experience with you.
Okay. Fair enough, but well, like I said, I'm trying to be sincere here. So my doubts
Just
about
be
you living with
sincere,
you.
please.
I
I'm
am.
sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead. Sorry.
Everything here is sincere because so my question. Okay, so if it's just about the brand, about living without fear, I think my questions are still relevant. It just comes down to the matter of whether or not it's going to, I guess, seem if it's like it's
Hey, y'all,
relevant. So,
let me know.
okay, so what is?
I'm thinking about maybe opening it up after kind of it gets to more of the intense parts, if y'all want. And I didn't even know I was starting at the same time as him. I didn't think about that, but I don't know. Maybe I feel like I've been very caring and respectful about that stuff, but I don't know if I should be anymore if he's like, if we're not working together. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Whatever.
At this time, if we aren't, if you don't want to work together, that's fine. But what are you seeking from me?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing at all. So you claimed you wanted what I have, a story that's worth a documentary. You claimed you wanted someone willing to move forward with that project.
Still true.
I am. You chose to ignore the gift that I brought to you, an opportunity to meet me face to face. No expense to you, very little inconvenience, very little trouble.
What is the gift? Being Jesus?
No.
Then what is the gift? I'm trying to ask
See,
you.
okay, so here, this is the clear distinction between us. You don't appreciate me as a man, who I
do.
am. Really?
Obviously, yeah. Do you think
How do I know
this?
this? How do I
Because
know you appreciate me?
Because what I've done so far, and I'm willing to continue. See, that's what I'm telling you. I mean, I'm not going to try and convince you
like, hey, please, please, please. But what I
Well,
will
no,
say is that
Landry, tell you what,
You're
before
okay.
you continue, please, yes, I am interrupting you because it seems to me you're missing the point again.
I don't think it's true. I'm not missing any point. I'm asking you questions. That was the exact point. You told me to come with questions, and I have questions. And I
Tell
feel
you
as though
what,
they've been very
please.
honest so far.
Let's do it your way. Next question, please.
I'm confused as to how this is my way. If this is what you wanted to do, I felt like I did the exact same thing that I was told to do, which was come up with questions.
I
And I
said
don't know-
come up with questions that address your doubts in me.
That's
You've
that's
been
exactly what this
confident.
is.
Is it? Okay.
Yes.
Let's see
Yes.
then where it goes. Because
Okay. So
I
I got
told
that
you
one.
more. I tell you what, Landry, it seems to me you're still trying to get me to convince you that I'm worth more than your disrespect.
I'm not disrespecting you. I'm asking you questions.
In the past, you've been very generous, like many others, with your disrespect of me.
That's all you see.
That's one of the things I'd like from you, Landry, is a change of direction of your attitude, like I said in the texts.
I think that that's fine to ask that. I think that is something that I can address. But is that really the only thing that's on your mind, and you don't actually want to address the doubts?
Landry, at this point, I have nothing to prove to you.
You just told me that you wanted to come here to help me resolve the doubts I may have with you.
Can you put our faces together so I can see who I'm speaking to, so you can see who you're speaking to, so we
Easy.
see each other, okay?
Fine. I'm right here. I'm looking right at you. You want me to prove it?
No, that's just, I got you.
Okay. I do. I see you.
It sure seems like you have not
What have
seen
I
me.
not seen?
My value, the value of what I'm doing, the value of my commitment to what I'm doing, to the actual value of the branding, Live Without Fear.
Okay. So, and I have questions about that, and I would be happy to go there.
Please.
So,
Wherever
okay,
you wanna
if we
go.
want to get, if you want to take that aspect of that, if I do want to believe in the branding, I'm more than happy to kind of take a little bit of a step back from everything else and just focus on that. I'm still willing to help you for free, which is, obviously we've both been in that same space where we're not exchanging monetary stuff, because I know that money is evil and all that. So that's something that we had in common, where I wasn't asking you, I need salary, I need this. It was because I believed in the long-term value. So would that not be that I'm seeing value in you?
Let's be honest about what I've received from you versus what could have been available. I'm not real happy with what I've received from you, even though the cost was nothing except my time, my finances, my investments.
No, the cost was my time, my finances, and my investments too, not just yours.
What finances did I set you out?
You didn't make me pay for anything, but I chose to voluntarily use the tools in which I was explaining to you are available. If you wanted to take advantage of them, you refused to we looked at some of the stuff. I told you that behind the scenes that there's stuff, it's not just for you, it's also for me. And you told me that, oh, maybe we'll, split it someday. That wasn't the main point for me. The point is just to let you know that this has not been a free endeavor for me in the same way it has been for you.
Hello. You're deflecting you're taking one direction off in another. Okay. I know
Fine.
maybe you're feeling defensive and insecure because of what I'm saying. I'm sorry. I mean no offense. You're not under attack,
insecure?
Landry.
Have you felt insecure today? Or defensive today?
Dude, I seldom feel insecure. Very golly geez, you have no clue about me, dude. None. Fuck, oh dear, Landry.
So you okay? Well, that's crazy to me because I also would feel as though, yeah, I do have often some insecurities in my life. I would say that compared to a lot of people, especially right now, I don't have that many. So this is the thing where you can continue to make these claims about me, and I can feel as though they're incorrect. I can do the same with you, and you can feel as though they're incorrect. I mean, we can't change that, right?
Well, we can. Because Landry, I'm trying to tell you as clearly as I can, you are demonstrating signs of denial. I am a test and a lesson and a blessing for you if you change your attitude towards me. The lesson will be easy.
What does that look like to change my attitude? Just to be just like a bitch? Just like take it?
No,
Say, okay.
you
Yes,
actually,
sir. Yes, sir.
no.
Then what?
Why would you assume that?
Because I genuinely don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean by change my attitude. If I
Right.
come
So
here,
why would you
I'm
assume the
respectful.
worst? Why would you assume the worst and not
because I'm
try to
asking-
just and not just ask me a question to help yourself better understand?
That's the whole reason I'm here. I can stop responding if you want me to keep just asking a question.
Landry, please stay present. Okay, I'm talking about this in the immediacy of this, right? What is happening now in this conversation? Be present with me, please. Okay,
I'm here.
I lost sight of where we were in the conversation. Now I'm sorry.
I mean, we just, it's fine if we wanted to. Okay, so here's my question to you. Can we at least try to agree on the things that initially we were starting with, right? To where we wanted people to take Live Without Fear more seriously. Is that correct?
I want that.
I mean, is that not what I came to you and I said that I agree, and that's kind of where we started at?
Well, but yeah, initially you said that.
Yeah,
You've
started.
proven I
I'm saying
cannot
started.
trust you. I cannot trust you, but initially you said that, Landry. So
Mhm.
far, yes, to answer your question, I am very serious about making the Live Without Fear branding look good.
Okay.
You said that too.
I did say that. I know I did say that. And so, yes. And then, so you clearly thought that through the communications and some of my actions, specifically with Paul, that was not being shown to be the case, which I can understand why. Okay. I understand.
Thank you.
However, I do also want to ask you what, so I know that there's others who you have, that you work with in some capacity. And I'm just curious, like, are you aware that sometimes people may in the background be trying to sabotage things to make them look, or to make people look a certain way in the same way that you see in the foreground? So there's some more subvert, and in specific here, I'm talking about Arpol, just constantly messaging me, telling me things about you and this person, that person, just to kind of like get a fight going, because a lot of people here are like a NASCAR race. They want to see the fire. And that makes Live Without Fear look bad because there's all these different forces here. So it's more complex than just me talking to Paul, is my point.
No, you talking to Paul, you're missing the point, Landry. Holy shit, dude.
Okay, what am I missing? I'm listening.
The way you disrespected Jack Talcott as a man.
That's you.
Yes.
Is it? Is that you?
I am Jack Talcott, the
Okay.
man. Okay. You and many others, Landry, have misrepresented me. You have misunderstood me, misrepresented me. Then, because of the rumors and your doubts, you falsely accuse me of things that you cannot prove to be true. I've been subjected to that from you, from Paul, from many others.
Everyone, right? From everyone you've met in the last
Landry,
8 years.
Landry,
Is that not
right?
true? Right.
Yes.
So
So,
what's gonna change
but
with the next one?
not every single one.
Then who hasn't?
Landry, Not
Who hasn't?
every single interaction has resulted in that.
Has it been
However,
personal?
you here in the immediacy are amongst those who are making the wrong choices. So let's figure out why you're doing what you're doing. I know why I'm doing what I'm doing. I take ending wars, ending this corruption that Paul and others like to complain about. I take that shit more seriously than myself or anything else, because I care about people more than myself, unlike you and Paul and all these other selfish results of American conditioning.
Jack, no, you don't. If you did, this would not be
According
how
to
you would
what?
act.
According to
Hold on, that was one of my moments that I was proud of. This thing is so long.
Paul and all these other selfish things, I take that shit more seriously than myself or any
Oh, he's talking about Live Without Fear, right?
why I'm doing what I'm doing. I take ending wars,
Well, ending wars, ending wars.
ending this corruption that Paul and others like to complain about. I take that shit more seriously than myself or anything else, because I care about people more than myself, unlike you and Paul and all these other selfish results of American conditioning.
Jack, no, you don't. If you did, this would not be
According
how
to
you would
what?
act.
According to what?
According to this conversation, man, I came in good faith. I'm still here
No,
in
you
good
didn't.
faith.
You're lying.
Yeah, I'm not. What am I lying
You're
about?
lying to yourself.
What did I lie about?
You're lying to yourself about what has been available to me. You're lying to yourself about what I have offered to you already.
That doesn't even. That's not even. That makes no sense. What? It's not
You're
specific.
in-
That is so.
Landry,
Everyone's in denial. Okay, everyone's in denial.
tell you what. Yes,
Wait.
Landry, we live in a world of confusion and deception. I've been
Yeah.
studying psychology, human consciousness, spirituality. Have you?
Yeah, yeah. And I
Okay.
think that I could do it. Okay, here's what I want to tell you. I think if we're gonna do the game where we're because this is not the person that I see, in the first 20 minutes of the stream. Obviously, that's big show time, right? We're putting on a show. But what I will do is, if you want me to try it out, I could probably do that facade better than you. Because don't bullshit
Tell
me.
you what,
We're gonna show
Landry.
me-
Tell
I'm
you what.
bullshitting you.
Tell you what. Tell you what.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
I heard your description of me having a
I know, you heard
facade
everything.
online.
Yep.
Well, let me explain it to you, since you can't seem to understand me. Yes, it is a higher energy version of
What's up?
Hey, Landry,
This isn't working out.
I'm gonna have to pull a power move on you at some point, like Talcott. I mean, one of the reasons that you're getting so many live viewers already is because of me. The main
It's
reason.
so true, dude. It's true. It's
The
only
main
'cause of you.
reason, like the majority of what's going on here is really all just comes back to and down to me.
That's
In
true.
good, bad, or indifferent. So in the future, I was a little bit annoyed yesterday. I didn't come to you privately to talk about it, but I was a little annoyed. You threw me out. You acted like I
That
didn't
was 2 days ago.
exist.
But yes, I remember.
Whatever it was, it's still fresh in my mind. We had some disagreements. Okay. So
Yes,
at
sir.
some point here, you're going to have to accept I am the white gorilla. I am the man with the plan and the results on the ground. I am the one worthy of respect and valuation. I am the potentially famous person. Okay. So when it comes to Paul and Slave, there has to be a different perspective and a little more respect, especially with everything that's being offered here. Okay. Mainly just me, the magic that is me.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you don't get upset about what I'm about to say here in this video soon.
All right. Here we go. It all comes out in the
me.
Landry
I'm
wash.
intentionally trying to be more entertaining with the value that I'm sharing. Yes, it is a different me than when I'm when I met with just a hey, yeah.
So what I will tell you is my perspective here. Fine, good point. That's a great thing. I try to be a better version of me too. It's a great thing to do. However, I would argue that maybe the extent to which some of the language and the goofiness comes across is a little. What is this face and he's always making at me, dude?
That's the face he makes at everyone when he realizes you're not going to speak back to him the reality he's experiencing. It's actually a sad case, right? Like I'm almost have been for a while kind of done, you know, other than having fun with this whole thing. It's like it always rides the line of you're dealing with like a retarded child here and you're laughing at the fact that he's smashing his head against the wall proverbially over and over again while saying that he's making art, you know, with the blood splatter. Yeah, it gets dark. It gets morbid at a certain point, right? Especially when you realize that Jack Talcott is just an extreme example of all of our blind spots in life, lack of self-awareness, projection that we're something bigger and better and more important than we really are. I could go on, right? It's a hell of a reflection seminar when you're interacting with Jack.
Good point, Fire Drake. We were already talking about Jack, but we need to get back to him somehow, some way. Or theatrical, but that's not even a bad thing. That just, you know, that's me being subjective, but I'll acknowledge that. So I've asked you that.
Yeah, you're wrong on that, but go ahead. Your discernment is proven to be tainted, but please, sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Say you find Trump, you end wars, there's world peace. What's the first thing you do? What do you think he's going to say? Wait, what do you think he's going to say? What do you think? Guess.
I don't think he's in the mood to actually answer questions. I think he's going to more likely deflect as like.
He actually answers this one.
Oh, he does?
Yes.
What was the question? What are you going to tell Trump if you meet him?
No, what's the first thing he's going to do if he finds Trump, end wars, and gets world peace? What's the first thing he'll do?
He's going to open his arms to receive his family and all the people who've doubted him back into his life.
Yes.
They'll be chasing him at that point.
Close enough.
Well, I'm sure by then I'd be able to get the attention of my son.
Do I not know? This is sad, man. It really is. Jack, I love you, man. You know, I really do.
You might get it.
I love you. I've become endeared to you. It's fucking scares the shit out of me. And what's even more scary is that I relate to you so much in certain ways. You know? God help us.
It is kind of sad, but at the same time, if he was a little less mean, I would be more guilty. But at this time, I mean, he told me he gave me full permission to record this, and he just didn't want to do it live. So this is my final duel. You know what I mean? Until tomorrow, I guess.
I'd give him some attention for sure.
So why can't we just start with that then? Why wouldn't that be the first step? Because he's having a hard time accepting that. He looks at me like I've never seen someone be such an asshole that just like looks.
We've done this loop so many times, and I point out at this part of the loop that it is like, Jack, you have to understand how this is textbook, right? I'm not saying that it wouldn't occur to me at some point. The point is you have to be able to self-analyze and go, that's an aspect of me that is toxic and dysfunctional. Because this idea of no one wants anything to do with me because of who I am, but who I am has been slated by everyone else. So you blame everyone else. And then the only way to get everyone back is get so much money and fame that people have no choice but to value you. That is beyond toxic and dysfunctional, right? You shouldn't even want that for yourself. Like you should become a person where you go, okay, if I am going to be famous and successful for doing the work and people want to chase me at that point because I have some worldly power and value, you shouldn't even want them in your life or want them in that capacity, right? To fantasize about that, to me, is extremely concerning, right? I'm just saying, like, if I was sitting there catching myself fantasizing like that actively and then repeating it in public, especially, I'd be concerned about my mental and emotional well-being and where I'm at spiritually, right?
I'm saying, well, because so my questions have been to you a lot of the times is why, you know, we have to start so big, but I guess it's starting to seem as though once all the biggest things are out of the way, then we can get to the most important thing for you as a human, regardless of the other humans, which in your life obviously is your son, not anyone else's son. Hold on, we gotta get that. I'm sorry, it's so mean, dude. I can't help myself. All right. All right. Okay. Of the other humans, which in your life obviously is your son. That is not anyone else's son. I mean, besides God, I guess. But so you think that that is what it would take for him to contact you?
No,
Okay. Sorry. I'm just wondering.
not at all.
Okay.
That's what Kyle Cease assumed as well.
I don't know.
No, I'm not that.
Which this guy's talking about is right here. And I was looking at this website. I'm like, hell yeah, dude. This looks like somebody who might be able to read you pretty well. And if I'm saying the same thing that this guy's saying, then, well, maybe there's something to that.
Yeah, well, Landry, this is the irony, is that he chases a bunch of us, and by us, I mean from his point of view, his first day coming to me is, Paul, you're successful. You have everything I want and need. You have a community going here and a movement. Can you work with me? Can I have what you have? And then when we tell him what we see about him, he whips around and goes, oh, you got this all wrong, dude. I came to you because I'm the best life coach ever. I just need you all to confirm it. But we never get to that part, right? The people he finds who are on a genuine movement, who have something going for themselves and other people, none of us ever go, hey, I see what you're saying and what you're doing and why it's redeemable. We do the exact opposite. And instead of him taking that under advisement, people he says he respects, you know, how they speak, how they think, what they do, he does the opposite and says, no, I need to life coach you and Wes Watson and this person and that person and this person. And we can't seem to figure out how and why. You know, I mean, it's extremely morbid. And again, Brown's boy, I thought at one point, I've always kind of teetered on the edge of a lot of these people here are agents. I think it's more insidious than that and more organic. What you have going on here in these sectors is extreme pathology and personality disorder, you know, displaying itself as the quote unquote loop to nowhere. And these grandiose visions of self and accomplishment and what we're all doing, you know? So I don't think we have to multiply hypothesis more than necessary. It's a violation of law of logic. It's just more likely that you got a bunch of really traumatized people who are still dealing with extreme grandiose delusions and denial and forms of disempowerment and various tests and challenges they don't feel equipped to meet and to overcome, right? So therefore they develop this false sense of self and reality. You know, I think that's the most simple and sort of accurate answer of what's going on here.
So I'm sure he's gonna love this when he sees who we have next into the club. Well, welcome.
I knew it would be Margot.
I'm going to get a phone call for sure. Hey,
So-
Landry.
The deja vu that I've been experiencing since I began watching your stream today has been the strongest deja vu I've ever had in my whole life.
Wow, that's a pretty bold statement. Sorry, not to laugh, but I don't know. I laugh sometimes.
It's frightening, but I have no words.
Well,
And that's a first.
well, fair enough. We can keep going. Okay, and he's in a different state, I assume.
Kyle Cease. I encourage you look him up. KyleCease.com.
Okay, I was talking about his son, but
He's a former comedian turned life coach. He's
Oh, no,
he's an
that's the best
extremely
quote ever from
gifted
Rob G.
educator.
what is it?
Someone told Jack he dropped the ball for not following up after the Don Lemon interview. Jack's response, Don Lemon missed out. That is so great. You know, if Jack can somehow this is why I like, again, me becoming aware of me as me, I do the God of all media bit because there's a Jack Talcott within me, right? But like Jack Talcott doesn't see that. He doesn't have fun with that or become aware of that. That's kind of the interesting or ironic thing here. But if he can make this personality work into something and I don't have to feel guilty about him constantly losing and failing, it's an amazing story. I mean, it really is, like, as a movie, you know, like you just quote Jack all the way down the list on the, you know, at these pivotal moments in the movie, right? And then it all works out at a certain point, somehow, some way, because God works in mysterious ways. Like that'd be the best scene in the movie ever. There really is. Jack's right for the wrong reasons. There's totally a book and a movie here. Jack says, quote, Don Lemon missed out, and continues to argue with Landry about making a documentary. It's fucking gold.
Hey, Patrick. So fuck you, you selfish motherfucker.
In the area of spirituality and consciousness, overcoming trauma and mommy and daddy issues.
And he said the same thing?
Yes. He assumed the same thing. There's a video of him talking about me.
See, that's the only reason for the angle here. I have to make sure that if I have to look at the camera, it can be significant, because I don't want to just be only looking at the camera constantly.
Because he didn't ask the right questions to understand what I was inviting him to do. I was inviting him to use his platform, his success, to help me in getting control of the United States government.
This guy's going to help him control the United States government.
I'm inviting you to use your...
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, this is like Brown's boys doing cart before the horse. This is who these people latch onto, right? If there are agents, and I believe there potentially are, if there are agents and groups of people looking to do distraction therapy and subversion, they're winning, right? Because all they have to do is insert a Jack Talcott into the water supply, and it's so fantastically, tragically hilarious that it just takes up everyone's time, energy, and attention, you know? So, and then as he talks about overthrowing U.S. corporation and whatever else, I mean, it's definitely the fertile ground for a psyop, you know, on some level. That's what makes it so interesting and exciting, is where does it go, you know?
Talents, any connections you might be willing to share. Help me find a way to end wars. It's serious to me. I feel that God has placed this on my heart as something that must be done.
Okay. But I mean, I've been telling you the same thing from the beginning, is that it takes these small steps, and I'm willing to work with you on those small steps. I'm looking at this guy's website right now. Kyle Cease, Evolving Out Loud. I mean, this is a great website. This looks like somebody who has a book, who has, you know, what is this, a documentary? Free documentary. This guy has a bunch of stuff going on. So you're telling me that you think that this guy is someone who came to one of the same conclusions as me. However, this is the guy who you would want to kind of maybe go, you want to do what he's doing, right? So what has he done? He's done the book. I know you're talking to Z about the book. He's done a documentary.
No, please. Stop your imagination, please. Come back to the present. I can answer questions and your doubts.
I've had a
Let me explain why I don't want, yes, part of me wants to do what he's doing. More of me wants him to join me in trying to speak to Donald Trump. Get it?
Hold on, I got to screenshot that bald spot before someone else does.
It wants him to join me in trying to speak to Donald Trump.
There you go, guys. That's for you.
Get it?
You don't get it. Trump's not gonna help you. Trump can't help anyone. Trump is the wrong guy.
You're talking about yourself. You really are. All criticism is self-criticism. You are describing my experience with you.
Exactly.
That's what you believe.
Exactly.
You think you can't change. You think you can't do anything. You think all sorts of excuses.
I know you do. And mirror. Okay, it's on.
Really? Give me an example.
What you can't do?
Because I think you're a liar, Landry.
No, Landry's getting it. This is what's so great. This is why they're going to say I programmed Landry, because he comes into this with COVID experience and he hears me talk, and I talk from the soul, and he resonates on a soul level, because it is the one truth, one life, one way. You just said everything about him that applies more to you. You don't believe you can have an effect on slavery and genocide. If you did, you'd be doing what I'm doing. You're not. You're saying, let's all get together and beg Donnie and the other corporate masters to treat us like human beings again. No, stop acting and living like a slave. That's it. right? For those of us who believe we can actually make a change and do something, we don't need to go to anybody. We just start being the change, having an effect in our little corner of the world and working with other people. That's the answer.
Amen. Well said.
Give me an example of what you said. Mirror.
Everything you're saying, dude. Hold on, one more time.
Give me an example of what you said. Mirror.
Everything you're saying, dude. You're just telling me that I think that I'm not the guy for the job. You think you're not the guy for the job if you think you have to talk to Donald Trump.
Landry, why do I want to talk to Donald Trump?
Don't you care about corruption and all this stuff? Do you think that
Landry,
he is not
yes.
corrupted? You think that
Yes.
you are impressive enough as a man to impress him to end wars?
Landry,
What have you impressed people with?
Landry, yeah.
What?
See, you joined those who want to fucking doubt me.
You said those words that are true because you finally have the balls to.
saw it a long time ago. I tried
know you saw it.
talking
You
to
lived
you
it.
about it.
You
No,
lived this down. You lived this
Landry,
uneventful last 6 years.
Landry,
Where people like to come along. I'm genuine. I'm
stop
willing to help.
looping. Take a
I'm
breath.
young. This
Take
isn't
a
loop.
breath. Shut up, please.
This isn't a loop. This is
You're
not a loop.
looping.
I'm not
Shut
looping.
up.
I've been in this for 3 weeks.
Please
3 weeks.
stop.
I'm fresh. I'm fresh on the
Please stop. Please stop talking.
trail. Okay.
Your mind is looping. That's what I'm telling you, you fucking fool.
There it
We're
is.
wasting our time with this nonsense.
Dude, I've been trying to help you. I can't even
And
get
you
a
failed.
solid answer.
You won't accept your failures. You won't accept
Sure, I
responsibility,
can accept it
Landry.
and I can move on. I mean, you contacted
Right.
me this morning
Landry,
asking me what
tell
I
you
needed.
what.
I said, I told
Landry,
you. You said I'm looking for leadership.
I'm losing patience with you.
That's
Alright.
you.
Hey, SNL, you say that, but there is a part in this saying where I get a little bit mean. So, thank you for saying that. But
What's
You
funny
seem
about this
quite
is like life is really just a movie that God has written the script to, and folks get handed their script and want to play like 3/4 of the part. And it's like, dude, if you're loving hippie activist non-war guy, we've seen that character before in the game. We know what he does. He goes to jail regularly and says peace and love, but I'm going to go to jail because I'm an activist and I'm making change, right? I'm not cooperating and complying. I'm working with vets and other people to tell them to not take the draft or to not sign up or to reject unlawful orders, right? You'd be working with cops and police and agents. Frankly, again, you'd be doing what I'm doing, but I don't want to make it about me. You'd be working with people in the background to get people to stop cooperating and complying, and we would only know of you because you'd be the peace-loving hippie on the news or on here who's gone to jail over and over again, you know, and played the role, played the part, right? So it's like insulting everyone's intelligence because we've seen all these characters before, and we know what the character looks like when it's played to the fullest, and we know what it looks like when people are trying to use the character to seem like something they're not.
In your choices so far with me.
I've heard that before.
I've
Maybe my
cautioned
smugness
you.
is how I address things that make me feel like
Don't
somebody's
assume.
trying to get one over on me.
Don't assume. How about accept that you're being smug? And I've been cautioning
sure.
you. I've been cautioning you. I've encouraged you. I've invited you to open your mind and find a different way of seeing things. I am tired of battling.
What'd you say?
Let me brainwash you, he says.
Yeah, you could see about 20 seconds ago when my soul leaves my body.
Your ego, which has been
My ego.
formed by Polly Boy. I'm watching it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And you
And this is
deny
why
it.
I'm the
You
god of
are
all
in-
media, by the way. This is why I've chosen that moniker, right? It fits. I do it all. I'm everywhere all at once. I'm the reason for everything bad. And for the other people, I'm the reason why slavery and genocide is going to end, right? They can just prey on me like Jesus. I'm going to do it all for them. It's just incredible. I made Landry. I gave birth to Landry. I
Yeah,
created
dude.
him.
What a shame.
In
That's also why I
denial,
say
Land-
daddy. You
Oh,
got to call me
yeah.
daddy now. I hope you know.
Well, we'll be at the end. Well, I guess we have to wait and see. I am in denial because I know how to form
When
my
are
own
you-
fucking opinions. I did
No,
it with all these panel people, all the ones that you keep forgetting and they
Landry,
keep coming back.
Landry, you're not
Oh, you want to come
Landry.
back? I'll take your.
Tell you what.
Hand. Let's do this again. Like, dude,
Landry.
I don't get bullshitted as easily as you. So you tell me I'm easily
Landry.
convinced. That is the most wrong
Tell
thing
you
you
what.
have. Paul,
Tell
I
you
can
what.
tell you all the things I dislike about Paul.
Blah,
You
blah,
refuse to tell me
blah,
anything
blah, blah,
about
blah. Would you
anyone because
please
you're
stop?
scared to be naked.
Dude, he
unless
literally went there. He literally went to blah 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 blah. Like a child. I can't hear you.
You're
being
wrong.
pissed off.
You're wrong.
Okay, yeah, I am wrong. Sure, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Fine, I'm wrong.
What
I don't
should
need
you
to be
do
right.
when you're wrong? What should you do when you're wrong, Landry?
Shut my fucking dumbass mouth, right?
Is that what
Something
your
like
daddy? Is that what your daddy told you?
I don't think he's ever used those words. No,
I bet he was pretty strict with you.
of course.
I bet you learned how to shut down your emotions and just obey. Probably limited yourself. You were afraid to ask questions with someone like that, I could assume.
I think you're right. I think also might have told you that, but yeah, you are right.
I'm not him.
I know.
I'm
Really, man.
inviting you.
I'm scared of him.
Stop.
I'm not scared of you.
Yeah, I know. Congratulations for finding courage about a nice, gentle man who gives more a shit about the children suffering elsewhere
Liar.
than
You have no
any
idea.
opinions of you or Polly Boy or any of these other bullshit clowns who call themselves.
What have you done for your son? If you care so much about children, you're going to tell me that's what you're going to claim? That somebody you don't know has done less for children when you don't even have interaction with yours?
And look at you. Look at what you're doing, Landry.
What am I doing?
Look at what you're doing right now. You're joining others the American way, blaming me for a problem
Hey,
you.
Browns boy, we talked about that. You don't need to resort to spamming the same all caps message. It's not going to get your point
Wait,
across.
I asked him to do that. I actually like that. Can we allow that? Yeah, with the links. He has links
He's like,
now too.
I keep getting blocked from every chat and I don't know why.
That's his bit though. Like you start to learn people's bit and then you just like embrace it after a certain
Okay.
amount of time, right? That's his loop, right? Let the kid loop, you know? He's got one loop in life. let him have his purpose.
Could easily help me solve.
Tell me how. I'll do it right now.
Why do you need to be told?
Because if you don't, you told me I was looking for leadership. So lead me. Show me where to go. Where am I going? Help me get
What
there.
are you willing to do, Landry?
I'm willing, I'm willing to die for what's right, dude. I mean, I'm willing.
Bullshit. You're a fucking liar, dude.
Okay.
You're so manipulated. You're so easily manipulated. I watched it.
I know you did.
And you didn't even see it. No, here's another thing, fool. I didn't
So
watch
good.
you near as fucking much as you think. Your little whatever calling me out stream. I noticed you took it down, claiming to be the king here.
Hey,
You're a
I took it
bullshit
down.
fucking
Hey, listen
clown.
up.
You're a bullshit
Hey, listen
clown.
up. You got to listen up real quick. In the interest of
Hold on.
transparency here,
This is kind of like, I don't know if I want to reveal this because it's the reason why I took it down was because of a potential doxing thing. So I'm going to skip this part.
This is why, by the way,
Yeah, go ahead.
anybody would be completely insane to attempt to try to be life coached by Jack privately because Jack shows, and again, I'm not claiming I don't have narcissistic aspects to my beingness or personality, but he's like textbook and all the way down the line. He goes, I'm an accomplished life coach with 2 websites and no patience. And really one of the biggest reasons he wants to life coach is he wants you to open up your darkest secrets to him so he can tally them up and try to relate to you in some way and use them against you. Because
That's
what
called
he's trying to
grooming.
do.
And
Right.
that's called grooming.
And that's why, in a way, many folks don't want to see Jack get in a position of power because they know he would be nothing but manipulative, deceptive, and abusive. And again, this is why most of us probably shouldn't ever be in a position of power because these aspects of you will start to come out. And you got to really look at them and check them, especially if you have a criminal mind and heart, right? Or those default leanings for whatever reason.
Paul, that was my concern from day one. Not so much that Jack would harm children, but women, that he would find a woman that he could make submissive and then take advantage of her Completely. That has been my stand from day one. I yield.
Well, this is why, again, and I'm not, I just have to be candid about me and aspects of me. And I may have a good heart at times and I may mean well. There are other aspects of me as well. So I've had to be clear with myself and others that certain things are probably not for me at a certain time in my life, especially because I have more work I may need to do on me, right? I can't get in a private scenario with a woman who has trauma and whatever else, because I will find myself wanting to fuck her or whatever else instead of focus on trying for all of us to heal, right? So it's like
I think that's some nice self-reflection, but I think you should give yourself a little bit more credit than that, Paul. You've worked hard and you have self-discipline.
Right. I'm just saying that like, I believe part of this human experience is we all have a darker or less than desirable aspect of self. And the name of the game with most professionals is trying to keep that from everyone, including themselves and the public view. Right. I don't think that's how the real work is done here. Right. I think the real work is done here by looking in the mirror and showing what the reflection is, whether you like it or not. Right. Because that's the only way we could do the therapy is by relating. We can't relate to half a falsified, toxically positive image where the shadow is literally leaking through moment by moment, right? As Landry likes to say, the mask slipping, it becomes beyond embarrassing for everyone involved.
If I didn't fucking meet you, those people are trying to be harmful to children. Okay? So fuck off with the children shit.
Oh my God, you're so fucking dramatic. You bitch. Golly jeez. Hey, and let me address.
Now you see how he mocks you? He goes from using the children and things he thinks are supposed to get him clout to mocking you for having feeling and being empathetic and being reactive to that, right? It's incredibly disingenuous, manipulative, and sort of.
You know what? Now that
arrogant.
you say that, I think I'm gonna actually play the part because it's already deleted anyway, so.
And it's nauseating. It's nauseating to watch him do that.
While he's projecting onto you that you're being dramatic as he's being dramatic. you're having a typical reactive response to manipulation and deception. And then he projects onto you what he was just doing. This is pure patented Talcott, right? Just inverse mirror reflection therapy is what I've coined the term.
I didn't know that this was going to be such an exciting Sunday afternoon. Thank you, Larry.
I know, dude. That's the thing. You kept trying to tell me, like, you wanted to have a phone call. I'm like, dude, the point I'm at with you right now, I know it's going to be too good to just do a phone call. So come on.
Exactly.
This is the final one-on-one.
Now, let me just do the thing I always do to myself and everyone else. Landry, if you really meant what you said to him here, and we'll see as it develops, because, again, I have trust issues. I'm clear about that for obvious reasons. But if you're really willing to die for what's true and what's right, then the bigger purpose here is a no-brainer, right? Everything I'm doing, what I'm working on, and how we could collaborate on that. But we could discuss that, again, like we always say, at another time and get back to looping the loop.
Yeah, well, the one thing that we did talk about in this video involving you is how I said, well, so he's going to go off on me for having a driver's license. And then I said, well, what is he going to do? It doesn't expire for 8 years. So, I don't know what to do, Paul.
Wait, say that again?
My driver's license doesn't expire for 8 years, so I'm screwed. You're
listen, man.
For 8 years.
Listen, the bottom line is you can have a license on file and have a different jurisdiction or different capacities, right? Okay. So you can still practice traveling without all the things and just not presenting, in order to get the court experience and try to get them to confirm on record at court that there are 2 jurisdictions and 2 capacities and.
Can we get back to Jack?
Yeah, right. Sorry, yeah, silly me. Legal, lawful stuff that matters. What was I thinking? Go ahead.
Okay, well, this is so important for me. I wanted to cut it out because it's like about children, but I'm going to leave it in just because it's like, I don't know. I don't think they can do anything since the video is gone anyway. So, but people are wondering if I took this down because I was like scared that it said y'all's names and like I got like scared, so I deleted it. But I want to explain this here. The Stevens and the snafus, and concluded this message that had a
fucking clown. You're a bullshit clown.
You got to listen up real quick. In the interest of transparency here, my wife sent me a message that had a picture of my daughter in it at the end of the stream. That's why I cut it off immediately and concluded the stream and closed it out because I care about children. because the people that you interact with, the people that you've brought into my life by association, the Stevens and the Snafus, people I wouldn't know if I didn't fucking meet you, those people are trying to be harmful to children. Okay? So fuck off with the children shit.
Oh my God, you're so fucking dramatic. You
Okay.
bitch.
All right.
Golly jeez.
That was
Hey,
probably the worst moment for me that he's ever done. I think my time with him, just for him to act like the children and ending the wars and then just do that shit.
hey,
all
and let me address something, Mr. King of the group. Figured everything out. The master of all things. You're a fucking fool.
All
You're
right.
not entertaining.
fools.
You're fucking boring. You don't
Uh,
really bring much.
Mirror.
No, dude.
I've almost
No,
already
you're
fought-
missing
dude,
the point.
people
That's why
are
you're
less
clearly
interested in
using
you.
me and Paul. You're a leech. You're
I
a
don't even
fucking
need-
clown.
Oh
I
my
have, I
God.
have had
Wait,
both
so
of
this
y'all
is so great, right?
on what
This is
I've
great.
done.
So
on.
now you
Any of you
pause it, Landry. So now you have to ask yourself, was he lying then or now? When he said to you, remember I joked with you because I said this to you, even though we were on good terms. I go, I don't really see you as a main guy per se. Maybe in the future. Talcott's in the background telling you you're the main guy, Landry. So even in your compliments and just your day-to-day whatever, people just think you're full of shit because you go from telling Landry he's the main event main guy now to he's boring and nothing. So are you lying then or lying now?
Well, somebody just found out that I'm an agent, so I gotta go ahead and call my handler. All right, sorry. I'll go ahead and panel tards, the panel people, where it's just everyone from the beginning. I've watched this all go back 3 years, however many years. Everyone's just sitting on panels
Congratulations.
together, just talking about nothing.
Landry,
Just
great.
talking about
great,
nothing.
Great.
Nothing.
Keep thinking you're the best.
I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm just saying that I have
Hey,
the
I
determination.
don't care.
to
Tell
do
you
better.
what, Landry.
Mhm.
I'm not competing with you. I'm
Good.
not competing with Paul. I don't give a fuck about either of you anymore.
Okay,
So
good.
is there any reason why I should consider us working together? Please, I do expect you to care for the property as best as you can, my hard drive.
I told you as soon as you send me the money to ship it, I'll ship it right back to you. I
You
don't.
didn't say
I
that
don't
to
steal
me.
shit. I
You
did say
didn't
it.
say that
Okay, maybe I
to
didn't
me.
say it to you. I said it to somebody else. Sorry.
Right,
I've made
right.
it
Get
spoken.
it straight, Landry. This is the point. You're misremembering things.
Okay.
Landry, there's
I'm telling you
something
now.
mysterious happening with
I
Jack.
feel like he's consciously choosing to say just Landry instead of Hey Landry because you made it too much of a thing.
Talcott.
Yes.
No, there's
Live
not.
without fear branding is not a joke. It's the exact same thing that Jesus was teaching. Somehow this dummy was allowed to figure it out.
No, he wasn't.
So do you want to be here's your question,
Hey,
Landry.
in
You
regards
said-
to the hard drive, I'll say this again. As soon as because I'm not going to pay to send it. I'm not going to lose more money on this guy. If he wants to send me the money it costs just for shipping, I will happily ship it back. No, I'll throw in an extra $5 for the gas and the airport trip. So go ahead and send me the shipping plus the $5, and then we'll be on our way. Thank you.
I believe
What about your
I believe
time?
much
You
of
got your
what you
time too, Landry.
I mean, yeah, he did waste a lot of my time. So, you know.
Yeah, but now let me be the voice of accountability, responsibility here. I told you day one that this was a big time suck. You kept telling me for days and weeks on end it was going to develop into something. You got to take responsibility and accountability for who you discern you're going to pour into and invest in. That's
I
a
know.
you
So I
issue,
don't-
bro.
That's what I'm saying. I don't
And
need
I
his
didn't
money.
mean that time. I just meant the time to package it up, take it to the airport.
Yeah, that's why I
and-
said $5. You know, that's what I'm asking.
Yes.
said. Okay.
I even
You
told him when he wanted to leave it here. I was like, you probably shouldn't. Like, I was like, just in case. And he was like, no, you know, if you need to get it back, I'll you can send it to me. And I was like, all right, whatever.
Shown yourself to be unreliable with me.
Okay. I'm not
But I
gonna
bel-
deny it.
But I
Gaslighting.
believe this experience gave you the courage to realize you've got value on your own so
You're
that
right.
you don't
Thank you for
diminish
that.
your value,
Thank you
right?
for that. I do appreciate that. Yes.
But that you do probably shine best in support of someone else who's shining.
Yep. Told you that since the beginning. Here we go. Spot on.
Now, I don't think you understood what I was saying about you being a missing piece.
Okay.
While you still have Paul's respect, it will not last
I know. I'm aware. I know how it goes. I knew this was gonna happen. You know, I mean, I obviously it's like people call it a loop for a reason. It's all out there in the public. You can see
Right.
Imagine
You
projecting
wanna
on
break it
everyone
or-
else. Imagine when I have a history with people so far for years and years. Imagine projecting onto me that there's only one way it could go with me, which is you invariably lose my respect. Well, if you're not respectable and you don't do what you say you're going to do and you don't stand for anything, then yeah, he's right. You're not entitled to my or anyone else's respect. That's life, bud. You know, that also doesn't necessarily mean we have to have a falling out either. There's plenty of
Yeah,
people
but-
I've lost respect for who I still deal with and pour into or invest in or co-create with because I think they have potential or I think they mean well.
But
You
Paul,
know?
I know you know this, but Jack's not saying this to Landry to warn him. He's saying this to make you look
Yeah, I know. He's
less than him.
doing everything he projects onto me.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, again, he's not wrong in the sense of a lot of interactions have gone that way. But again, it's not like there's not a predictable and obvious reasons, you know. I tend to not respect cowardly, slavish people. You know,
Oh,
I
I
don't
know.
respect that
I
aspect
know.
of me. So why am I going to respect it in others?
But the thing is, you know, and I've been on the other side of that. At least you're constant. At least you're
I
constant.
like to
You
believe that
admit
I
it.
have some consistency, you know. I mean,
And
I'm
you'll
sure there's a
admit
bit
it.
of madness.
And you'll admit it. I yield.
Want to break it or get drawn into it? Because I know what I saw you doing.
Okay. So I'll tell you what you won't see me doing. You won't see me becoming a Tommy or a Snafu or somebody who just is just desperately reaching for the attention of you or Paul or whoever. I'm not saying I'm not gonna interact with y'all, but I'm not going to make it the only thing that I ever think about. I'm happy to work with you. I don't know what you mean by what do you mean by how do I stop the loop?
Frankly, at this point, I have no desire to work with you, dude.
Okay, so that's fine. We can move on.
If that's what you want,
I was trying to tell him that I'm happy to work with him in the sense that if he wants anything going forward, I'm not going to work on his show, but I can still like be civil with him.
this is the point.
You want me to bet?
Here's what you need to realize, and this is from God as well. I don't know where you're at in your relationship. We
From
haven't
God
spoken
to
on it.
you. Okay.
Consider it either way, but
Next
please
time, just
listen
give it to me
both
directly.
ways. Okay? The relationship between you and I, it's been entirely in your
Up
hands.
to you. Yep, I've heard you say that before.
You chose to take it where it went. And I don't understand why. Maybe I could have asked more questions of why are you doing this, Landry? Well, you told me you wanted to look into the past and you got caught into the damn loop nonsense. And rather than just observing and witnessing it, you became the spotlight for a little bit.
Okay.
What is your reason for doing it?
For helping you?
No,
For doing
for
what?
being the spotlight.
Oh,
Why are you
okay.
trying to take that position, fighting against me and this bullshit?
I mean, I didn't necessarily do it intentionally. It all started in a very, I've explained this, I don't know, 10 times. Maybe you haven't heard it. I'm so tired of explaining this to everybody because it's like, oh man, everyone can see exactly what happened. With him, I talked, not shit, but I said something directly to, what's her name? I already forgot her name. Yeah, Cynthia. And then it all went downhill from there. I'm not
I
saying-
don't fucking tune into you. I don't listen to you.
Okay, so now, okay.
It's
sure.
seldom that I do. My spirit guides me, Landry.
Okay. You
I
just know
trust-
these things. All right.
No, Landry, the spirit guides me. I tune in at the time, a 7-hour live stream at the time my name happens to be brought up. It's
Because you have
just,
people listening for you.
no,
You just know. So
No.
God guides you in as soon as your name's spoken, and then you just have an instinct. I gotta listen to this right now.
Landry,
Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that
That's hilarious.
coincidence, that synchronicity has occurred enough times for me to just trust the feel.
Yeah, but why would I want to copy this, DJM? Why would I want to copy of like a terabyte of his streams? I mean, they're mostly on YouTube anyways, but like, I don't know if there's much to do with those anymore. Most of them are just 10 people panels with nothing really interesting happening. Yeah.
Feelings I feel, notice what I notice, choose what I choose, but I pay close attention, Landry, because I don't waste as much time.
Hold on a
the-
second. Wait a minute. Okay, so this makes a lot of sense to me, Karen. So you're saying that he went to Rose to get a stream like that. I guess that makes a lot of sense to me, because I was kind of thinking they were like talking a lot in the background and all that. But I'm assuming now that he goes to her like as a backup plan, and she's good friends with Z, and then he's like, hey, me and my other guy broke up. What can we do? Can we plan to end world peace right now? And they do a stream, and then it looks like, okay, here's the new plan. And
That's
right,
part of
but,
the
but what we're doing the thing where we're making people victims again. You got again. This is what I catch shit for in these sectors. Is for calling out how everyone here has full of shit-itis. So Rose isn't a victim. She enables this garbage. She repeats lies to the audience to try to grift off them and be toxically positive. She's not a victim. You guys aren't victims. You refuse to call out life and reality for what it is on either side, and you refuse to live in truth. So this is what the fuck is created in these non-unities. Reflections of people being full of shit and enabling full of shit behavior.
amen.
Oh, this person said this. Oh, this person said that. I don't waste as much time on that. If you hadn't noticed,
Yes, you do.
Yes, he does.
oh
I
my
said
God.
that. You waste a lot of time on that.
Well, you're right. Unfortunately, that is the past. I'm breaking.
For me, it's so freeing to be able to say this stuff, because like I didn't feel comfortable in that first couple weeks, because I was trying to be, obviously wanted to give him a chance.
This is a good closure piece, Landry.
I know. It feels great.
It. Hello.
Break it.
Have you ever thought of what it would look like to break the pattern, to break out? How
I've only
could that
been in
be
the pattern for 3
accomplished?
weeks.
Huh?
I've only been in the pattern for 3 weeks. You've been in
And
for
yet you've
6 years.
claimed to just mastered it all.
No, I'm not mastering that pattern. I'm doing it differently than that pattern.
Oh my God. All right. Whatever
which
story
seems-
you want to tell yourself, Landry.
It's true. I mean, I'm telling you.
It is
so-
true. Whatever
what-
story you want to tell yourself is true to you. I don't care.
Okay.
So now what?
Nothing. There's more questions, but I don't think you're interested in hearing them. So it's like, there's nothing else that you need to say. If you want to, you can. I'm just chilling.
Okay. Are you willing to answer questions?
Of course. I would love to.
How do you not see the value in trying to end wars?
I do.
Do you?
Of course.
How
Like I said,
how could I know that?
which this sucks that he asked me this, because I'm also thinking I never claimed this as my main goal. I'm just saying it's a
But
novel idea.
This is what he does. He asks everyone this because he tries to back us into a corner like we want wars. It's typical. I yield.
You
What
could
would you
take.
point to?
Huh?
What would you point me to see for you take ending wars seriously?
And I should have been like on the spot. I should have been like, well, dude, that's not equally, like, it doesn't make sense. Maybe he could have asked me, what makes you feel like modern men are lost again, or something that's relevant to my brand, or whatever you want to call it, brand.
It's
channel.
almost like saying, why don't you want to end child cancer or something? I mean,
it's a why do you still beat your wife kind of presumption, right? What you could do is do like I do with most people and turn to them at some point and go, what the fuck are you doing for rights, freedom, principles, spiritual faith, other than being another kept pet slave? It's not about my specific goals or my practices. It's how are we making our life and each other's life a little bit better? How are we bettering the fucking world, right? Like, what are we doing for our country?
What would you point to? Well, I could point to the fact that I even suggested that helping you was worthwhile. That's a good reason, right? Why would I haven't tried it?
good answer, Landry.
What time is it? We're good. Well, it's just fast.
Just so y'all know that this actually where this goes is he ends up asking me to help you and him get reconnected again here soon.
Yeah, I know. And that's another part about like that weighs on me in a sense is that, I literally become these guys' daddy, but they can't live with me or without me. If I just kind of move on and stay in my area and do what I do, they always circle back around. And then if I start to get acquainted with them more and more intimate, so to speak, or spend more time with them, they wind up either disrespecting me or feeling disrespected.
That's because you're the most consistent man they've ever seen in their lives, and I'm not trying
That's
to.
pretty sad. I'm a
is
very
sad.
erratic person at times, and I'm not as modest as I could be, and many other things. So,
And you're an asshole.
right. But I think that's what's consistent, right? You notice how when people talk about me, they usually say I'm an asshole, but what they don't do is say the same thing they say about Jack, that he's a lying, full of shit, coward, whatever. So in my world, I go, this is great. I hear what everyone who hates me the most has to say about me. I'm an asshole. I already know that. I work hard at that. What they don't say is I'm a lying, cowardly, not active, on and on and on, right?
No,
So that's a great place to be.
I agree. And I mean, I've become endeared to you. I mean, to me, you're like just the porcupine. You look cute from a distance, so I'll keep you there.
Well, I mean, I'm sure some of that is, I think there's a veneer that goes on when you get on here, almost like either an armor of God or the devil, or however you want to put it. It's kind of a character presentment. It's almost impossible to get on camera in front of people and not be a little bit different. But I think some of that is just my genuine trauma from my upbringing and experiences in my life that just kind of pervades my beingness and my presentment, So, I may just have to work on that long term,
Hey, I don't know who this guy is backstage. Don't know who he is.
Who is it?
I don't know. It's a heel Aldi.
I don't know him.
Put the thing up and bring him in, man.
What's up?
What up? Why are you guys being weird?
Bye-bye.
In what sense?
Bye-bye? What do you mean, bye-bye?
So we got another drunk one.
Are
You guys aren't
yeah,
like,
he
you guys
sounds like a
can't just
drunk one
talk, have a
yesterday.
conversation? Like, what do you mean? I haven't even done anything. I don't even know you, girl.
People are so lame. It's like, who is this person? That's where you're gonna start. Hey, I actually was watching because I think this and this and that. I mean, just like this is clearly I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Landry, can we out?
But
Yep, what?
There's a woman who's around here regularly. She's very confused, and I try to help her from time to time. I see why you're saying that, because there are some aspects that can be sort of reflective or mirrored, but you're missing kind of the nuance and context there and the rest of the story. So DJM says Paul is basically a rural version of Tommy. Tommy's the urban version of Paul. This is wrong on so many levels, but Tommy's indoctrination campaign is complete on you because that's exactly what he wanted you to think. That's exactly what Jack and Tommy and all these people want you to think. So they're pretty much just a XYZ version of me, which is why you should watch them and listen to them and everything else till we get to the part of what they're doing and not doing. See, that's the pivotal, very small, very big part, right? So you're very confused. You're very bizarre. Tommy doesn't do what I do when it comes to legal and lawful and working with other people and activism. So I don't know what you're talking about. We're basically similar in the fact that he rants and raves, I rant and rave, and we both have computers and microphones, essentially. That makes us the same.
You're both pretty entertaining too.
Yeah, we both have a sort of manic depressive swing about us.
Dude, Tommy has some really boring streams sometimes. Yesterday I tried to join for the first time, maybe second time. First time was him not mad at me, and it was just him carrying us in his little cart, saying nothing. I'm just like, what is happening? We're just being dragged on the sidewalk, just silently.
Oh, that's so true.
You see,
But I'm a
said
part
you
of
were supportive of me, and then you proved that you are not supportive of me.
Well, supportive, maybe that's a subjective word. I don't know.
Well, no, it's very clear when we look at the same facts. So, and please, I hope you heard. Maybe you didn't. I hope you
Landry,
heard
can you
my
pause it for a
recognition
second?
to you.
Yes.
Look at how angry and evil that man looks. Is it just me? And
Oh no,
because
it's true, dude. It's true. I see it.
that is not a man I want to go see at my church, or a neighbor I want to, have lemonade with out on the patio. That looks like an
Lemonade on
angry,
the patio.
evil man that I would not let pet my dog.
Hey, dude, and here's what I tell people. Like, I'm super glad I changed my mind about letting him stay here. Obviously, that was a pretty impulsive decision on my part. But I mean, he ended up staying at his hotel. He was only in this place for like 20 minutes, I guess. But Yeah, I mean, he just sat in the corner, just like silently staring down at the floor. Just like a bad energy. I mean, and I try to tell people, I know that we're all different and we all have I've told you this 1,000 times, Paul. I know that we all have our own personalities on and off screen, but it's not just 2 or 3. It's like 7. Like, I didn't even see this guy before. It's my first time seeing this guy. I've seen angry him, but never this angry, like this specific blend of angry. It's like a special little concoction that we got today.
Publicly, I thanked you for the improvements to the website. Thank you sincerely.
I'm actually not one of those people. Maybe I said something that made you think it's true, but I don't usually need the recognition. I just think it's funny whenever I brought it up, and it seems as though you got defensive about it. That's all that I was trying to say. But you don't have to thank me. I mean, I'm not. I know I haven't done anything that tremendous, so I don't need to be thanked.
Well, you seemed to undervalue
Hold on
our
1 second.
relationship, so I guess I assume maybe you
page real quick. So y'all just talk for like 20 seconds.
So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and authentically communicate a feeling I'm feeling right now, which is kind of bizarre in a way or scary. But I actually, I guess either Jack has had a breakthrough on me and a lot of others here, or I'm able to unite in the fact of that all the people who said they love Jack or showed they love Jack, even like shit on me at certain points, are all realizing now the difference is I actually feel love for you guys here today, brothers and sisters. So go ahead and say it. For whatever capacity I'm able to love in my brokenhearted, traumatized, numbed out.
Well, you know,
large heart.
disaster creates new relationships, Paul. It's a fact.
Right.
And this man is a disaster. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, but again, I'm too philosophical and objective and self-aware when I'm at rest, at least, to ignore the fact that there are shades of this within me. Like, you guys may not exist within all of you, in which case you're in a way better position, I guess. Laugh away. It's not as funny to me when I pause and reflect. It's more concerning because, again, Jack Talcott, to some extent, whatever that is, lives within me as well. And I have to watch it and check it and direct it and make sure it doesn't get out ahead and self-sabotage who and what I am and what I have. And you know what? I don't know if it's winning or not at any one time.
Okay, Paul, I mean, he is a man. We are all human beings. So yes, I believe that there, human behaviors involved, and there's a little bit of good, bad, ugly, beautiful in all of us. And please don't get me wrong. I don't have hate for Jack. I wish him good. And if he called me tomorrow and said that he needed some help, that he was in danger, I would help him. But this man that we're seeing today is not someone that I would trust with innocent people that cannot take care of themselves.
I agree with you. But look what's happening live right now. It's crazy.
Definitely did that on purpose. I do not accept your apology.
All right. In this comment, when I thought you were a complete prick,
I'm not reading. Yes.
She thought you were a prick. I corrected her and sent her links to your channel.
Your channel were a prick. She thought I was a prick off of your prompting. The same way Landry started out saying your key phrases. You're a false witness and a liar, and you keep legal. I don't have a problem with keeping legal secrets. I've already wrecked your logic on that. Jack, there's things that none of us know. There's a treasure buried in, there's $30,000 of jewelry buried in Denver that some old lady buried and died.
That is a fact. That is a fact.
I believe you. So I just don't want to, this is almost over. So we're going to go back to this.
Unappreciated? Because that's how you help me to feel unappreciated, for sure.
I'm sorry you felt that way. Seriously, I can continue to sit here and say, I feel as though the story that I've been a part of here has been pretty clear to me. I know a lot of people have been misunderstanding it. There's obviously a lot of bad intentions here. I think maybe I did come in a little bit too hot when I was making claims about people. I will give you that. However, I think a lot of them have still proven to be true and correct. I won't sit here and say that I understand what these people are doing and their success and the way that they make it work is, especially since I haven't made any money off of this yet. But all I'm saying is that the same thing that you were expressing now, that the panel shit, it's just not really that valuable. I've been on panels, quote unquote, plenty of times here, but I've usually removed myself when I thought it didn't serve me any value. I've usually tried to keep it small in this recent time just because I want the conversations to be more like this, where there's actually some sort of back and forth. That's all I meant, you know, and I think that I've tried to call out liars, and I've maybe accidentally said a couple of lies myself, but a lot of times we don't know that we're liars until time is able to pass because our minds change. But that's a different kind of lie than, you know, misunderstanding.
Yeah, you're right. Because I've tried pointing out to you your errors, and you refuse to accept my words as true.
That's oregano oil for my digestive issues, for anybody who's going to be like, what the fuck was that?
True. And because you didn't do that, you made evident.
Hey, Landry, can I have some baby blood?
Yes. How much?
Just a quart will do me for now. I'm going to see Al Gore next week before I meet with Trump.
All right.
You took things you heard and you said things that were not true about Jack Talcott.
Now he's rewriting the past.
I don't keep track of the details. All right. If it has to be proven to you, you're not.
I'm just asking.
Really,
I'm just asking, dude. Just the same
well, number one, Jack Talcott, you don't represent Live Without Fear. You have no clue, young man.
I think that if you want to do something crazy, and I love it when old people, sorry, not to offend anyone here who's older than me, but I know shit, that's like 90% of the audience. I love it when older people tell me, young man, like it's an insult, because that's what people say when they're trying to be nice to you. Like
right. This is, again, this is, you know, it's not even a competition at this point. It's like acting tough on panel and being stoic or intimidating isn't living your life without fear. You know,
when I hear Jack say things like that, it just takes me back to his son and what his son must have went through those last couple months.
Even the whole premise of Live Without Fear is a delusional, grandiose, narcissistic control measure endeavor, because the most courageous amongst us who practice courage have to admit to ourselves that we feel fear regularly. That's why courage is such a virtue, because it's a practice of going past the fear. Literally, the brand cannot be lived because it's not possible to live without fear. I've told him this years ago. He didn't like that.
We'd be dead.
You know?
We'd be dead quickly.
I go, Jack, I'm a guy who gets guns put in their face regularly and have to move forward. I go, I can honestly tell you, I live with fear. And that's the whole point. Well, fear is my greatest teacher and tester, right?
And when Chemo showed up at his door, he had a lot of fear. He started screaming rape and called the police.
You're saying he should have been shouting his brand name while Chemo was chasing him around the house. Live without fear. Live without.
Well, if you don't have any
so
fear,
silly.
You wouldn't have been screaming rape. I mean,
this whole life is just so silly.
Dude, wait, I have a message for you guys. It's very important to you. You gotta understand this. This is very interesting.
Tapestry. That is what you are. You're the result of time and growth and ancestors and genetics, and all these different variables became you so that you could be a part of this glorious experience of the awakening of mankind. It's time to have a come to Jesus moment. It's time for us to unite together, to invite our Father, bring.
Okay, I just realized the next video I'm going to spend time on.
Hey, Landry.
Go ahead.
My dog wants to go for a walk, so I'm going to bow out.
Yeah, go for it.
Thank you for the entertaining time. I think you're great, Paul. Great to see you again. You guys have a good day. Bye.
All right, Margo. See you later.
So what I was saying is my next plan is to splice this video, but just have him in it, and remove myself, and have the super nice, sweet welcome, brothers and sisters, friends, and all that. I'm going to make it just like, a parallel. So it's like one, the other. So me and
you're basically becoming Talcott Clip Collection. The ghost of Talcott Clip Collection has been resurrected.
Good. Scary, then that would prove it.
Landry, you have no clue what I have done. You got brief outline of a very complex story. in a very, very short time. Now, I didn't choose the amount of time and attention you gave to me. You did. You chose how much you and I could actually communicate.
Okay.
So, Landry, please, I'm willing to let the past be the past, but I cannot work with anyone who doesn't respect me, because I choose who works with me from now on.
Okay. That's good.
You've got talent. I believe you want to do the things you said you want to do.
I do.
I can help you accomplish those things.
Okay.
So could God. And God has brought us together. I am a man of God.
I think we all are, right?
Let's be
Sometimes more
honest.
than others.
Let's be honest about how I represent myself and how you and Paul and others have represented me. Where history will show I am a man of holiness, of forgiveness, of acceptance.
You are forgiving. You are forgiving. Yes. You are accepting. Yes. I agree with that.
The
What does holiness mean?
set apart from others.
I'm surprised if he still hasn't heard it yet, that which is. I thought he would have heard it by now. I played it at least twice.
There's plenty of evidence that I am set apart from others in my forgiveness, my acceptance, my humility.
Nope, that one we're going to disagree with. You are not humble.
You don't understand humility because you lack it yourself.
That doesn't mean anything. I didn't claim to be like Jesus.
Jesus was humble to God, as am I.
Okay. What else?
I know who the fuck I am. Therefore, I am confident.
Is that humble? Is that humble right there?
Yes.
I know who the fuck I am.
You know why? Let's think about it. Ask me why before you assume the worst, Landry.
I didn't assume the worst.
I know who Landry, I know who the fuck I am because God put me through the ringer. I'm not some little bitch.
Yeah.
Like you and others want to seem to think.
I don't think I've ever called you a little bitch.
No, not those words.
Okay. So why did you say those words? Yeah, you're right, dude. It's DJM. You're right. 100%. That's DJM's account when she wants to come in and say things that are a little bit more controversial.
Yeah, these people are full of shit. I could tell the way she takes up for Tommy. She's ditzy and goofy. She has no clarity. She can't distinguish the difference between me and Tommy.
Yeah, dude, like get a less obvious name, DJM.
She's literally the person. She doesn't get that. Like, again, we're all not that clever here. It's not that clever, right? So when I see DJ Emo and DJ M are the letters highlighted, and then I see the personality and I see the content of what's being expressed, it's like 3 for 3, right? She's literally the woman who would get scammed by someone calling and going, "Hi, I'm Paul Enslave's assistant, and I'm just like him. And look, I do what he does. Can I just have your social security number?" And she'd go, "You sure? You're just like Paul." And he'd go, yeah. I do the same thing, where it's the same difference, you know, and she'd give it right over. So, I mean, bless her heart, as they say down south, right? Again, the difference between me and Tommy, I put to bed long ago conning a bunch of goofies, from suburbia. He hasn't. And that's why you think he's just like me. You spend enough time with him and his bullshit mind and heart control he runs 24/7, 365 with his anecdotes that you listen to, and it becomes your reality, right? So you literally got pimped on. My whole channel's about how not to be a goofy bitch and how not to get pimped on, and you literally did the opposite. Praise God.
Damn, that's crazy, dude. His guests today were Steven, Tommy, Ratblood, and Steven. Well, good for him.
Because that's the words I used to use.
Okay, so hold on. Let me just take a second here. I'm going to look into the freaking camera for this one. So that means, this is for you, Jack. Somebody clip this into Jack, because now I'm done working for him. So whoever wants to make this into him, because fuck you, Jack. You told me that you think that you are the reason that you've cut out all those toxic people from your chat. As soon as I stopped being your guy, you let them all back in. Not even like a week later, but a day later or 2 days later, whatever it's been. Come on, dude. I win. I didn't want to be that guy and be petty, but I win. I was right. anyways.
Because the reality that I and others have been speaking, that we've been shown, it doesn't matter what everyone says, what's shown that we all know from this venue is you need your haters here. Jack especially. Jack doesn't have a core group of people he's worked with and created results with who go, this guy's great, look what he's done with us or for us. He doesn't have that. What he does have is a core group of folks who gave him a chance, and he's dropped the ball over and over again, so they show up to watch him do it again until he gets it right. If he ever gets it right. You know, he can't, again, they can't cop to the nuance and context here, right? So, yeah, man, I just bizarre thought for 2026. Get the core group of people who can actually say, this guy does this, and this is what we know him for, and this is the work he does, and this is why he's valuable and powerful. Stop trying to go collect all the symbols of that without doing the fucking work, Mr. Humble.
Amen. I've heard it
Okay.
actually a few times. Yeah, it's a good one.
And yeah, well, Paulie likes to use it too. I
Yeah,
tried.
a
to
lot of these
point
people
out-
use that language, and I've also been called a
Right.
beta, you know, in this
Mhm.
space,
Yeah,
which is fine. You know what I mean? It's like
there's a
Well,
better way to represent yourself than a beta.
Hey, Landry, I'm sorry to
I
cut it
know.
off again.
I know, but I also think that what's up?
Can I dub you today, at least for the time being, King of the Betas, or
Yes.
or the Beta Alpha?
Alpha beta.
Right, because I'm King Dingaling, Big Daddy, Kong Dong, God of all media, and many other acronyms. But you show promise here. Okay, so I am dubbing you now today. I think I've already. It's been unofficial from the beginning. These people have projected it, so why not? I'm going to make it official. A associate of Unslavia, officially connected to Unslavia, and King of the Betas so far.
I need an
Okay.
applause sound. but
Yes,
that's
you
an
do.
honor.
That's going to upset a lot of folks who couldn't get that title from me, or get any respect from me, or even get my time, energy, attention, or get me to restream them, even on my dead channel. So, salute. This is the time of celebration.
Woohoo! Do my wife's gonna be so happy later when I'm plowing?
She
him a
might
bit?
actually
Like
fuck
that.
you tonight.
King of
Okay.
These people, a lot of them have plenty of traits about them that, you know, I would pick mine over some of theirs. And in this specific, it doesn't matter. We're just gonna talk about other people. We're sticking to me and you here. So
Thank
stick to me and
you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Landry, you're a good young man.
Okay.
You're making some mistakes, particularly with me. I'm assuming you're making mistakes with your relationship with God because of the path that I am on.
Okay. You're probably right. Honestly, I think I definitely could improve in that sphere. I think I've said that before.
If you want to, the support is here.
Okay. So just please help me understand what you mean by the support. Bring it home, Jack.
That's
Take
an
me
honest
back.
question, isn't it?
I'm wearing Fruit of the Looms.
Of course.
You've been raised to be independent. Maybe there was and was not a lot of support. I'm a lesson for many people, Landry. If you treat me with respect, you could learn a lot from a man like me. Believe it or not. Okay? I've been a father. I've been confused. I've made mistakes. I've been in this panelverse for a while. You could have come to me and asked me, but you didn't trust me because you haven't learned how to trust others yet. I can help you with that as well.
Okay.
This live without fear is not a joke. God is not a joke. Life is not a joke, yet we're constantly focusing on entertainment, distraction, complaints, really stuff that doesn't improve anything at all.
You're right. Yep.
Well, I think this is the role that God is having me.
What'd you say? What are you talking about, Rob? What does this mean?
Hey, Rob G, I don't know if you've noticed what's going on here. The betas have already projected it. So, like, I've accepted it, and it will be told as this narrative. It was always meant to be that Landry would be a part of Unslavia based on his spiritual attunement coming into this. Didn't matter what anybody said and did. It was always going to be the case. So I'm just kind of wondering how other people are feeling, knowing that like 1 week in, Landry's already pulling live numbers equal to many other folks around here who fashion themselves to be doing something. And then I wonder, God forbid, if Landry and I ever get our alpha beta asses off the couch and stop living on the internet again, make some fucking content, how we're going to shake this place up. Okay. So I think there's something bigger going on here, brothers and sisters, potentially.
What is he talking about right now? Is he?
Oh, just ignore the rabble. They're just here to take up a position on the number counter.
Whatever.
Don't take them too seriously.
I found myself in this mix of people. You are amongst a group of very talented, very creative, very strong individuals who have been doing inner work, but they've been living life independently. It's a bunch of loners, bunch of dysfunctional loners that we're a part of.
Okay, right.
I happen to have more maturity, more experience than, especially with teamwork, with actual leadership. Paul doesn't understand the role that he's found himself in. He's seen as a leader by many, and he's leading them nowhere in the loop that he blames on me and he complains about. He's better than that, and so are you, Landry.
Okay.
You know what?
What?
Please, no, please go ahead.
No, sorry, I was trying to get comfortable. I don't know if I was going to say anything. I was just getting cozy. I was trying to listen.
I was reminded of a recent lesson from Tracy Trexty.
Mm-hmm.
Us men in this world, and I can make assumptions. You don't have to say much, but I can make assumptions about the relationship between you and your dad just from the little bit I've heard. Okay. Us men have been raised to be tough on each other.
So manipulative here, because I was kind of letting him roll with it. I was trying to take a little softer stance here. Obviously, I'm done. But I mean, I was trying to just like chill and see where he goes. And he's just trying to bring the emotion back into it. You and your dad, you and your this, everything you tell. So when he meets you, next person who he meets, he's going to tell you, let me know about you and your life and these things as much as
Hey,
you open up.
Landry.
Sorry.
Imagine the irony here of the guy claiming modesty and humbleness while I call myself the god of all media. But if you look away from what we say to what we do, imagine this concept of someone who, yes, has been thrust into a leadership position based on what they do alone. Imagine that. And then imagine this concept of, even though they've been thrust into a leadership position because of what they do alone, they don't fashion themselves like other life coaches to be other people's life coaches and leaders. Right? That would be normally called humbleness and humility if I didn't have to bring it up that it was me doing it with actual leadership qualities, with an actual solution and experience, with actually being seen by others as that, right? I don't necessarily consider myself that. And I think if anything, God put me in that position to remind me and them that we ain't shit without God and faith and our works, especially, right? So if I am going to lead, it's helping to lead us all back to ourselves and what's true and what's correct and what makes sense, right? So yes, I have the product and the clientele, but I don't call myself the biggest guy in town or the next big kingpin drug dealer, because on some twisted level, I do have humbleness and humility in the sense of I just don't fashion myself as that, right? I just decided to do something, got results, continue to get results, and that inspires others, and they re-inspire me back, right? So Jack's just jealous and envious that I have the product and the clientele, and I'm not leading everybody off the cliff he projects, because that's not my goal here necessarily, nor is it my responsibility, right? But he's clamoring for that, for everything he doesn't have. I've been given it, and I don't really know what to do with it other than to speak the truth and continue to do whatever I do, right? And call myself out when necessary.
Yeah. Let's roll. I'm trying to blow through the rest of this. Yeah.
We all need a shoulder to cry on.
Yeah, dude,
We
Jack,
all
you better show
need
up. Jack,
someone we
listen,
can
dude. I think we can break the internet if you show up here right now and we get to have a three-way.
trust. But because we live in a world of betrayal, nobody trusts anybody. We learn from that, right? You can't trust anybody. Everybody's been hurt. So that's what Paul exemplifies, unfortunately. He's a guy who's been hurt and betrayed so many times. I don't know his details, right? But I know bits of his story enough to know he's just like me, exactly like me, except he's angry and insulting and negative. And I'm suggesting, guys, we're the solution. Stop wasting time. I think Paul will listen to you. If you talk to him about his bitterness and his negativity, you be the example for him.
Yeah, that's what you have to realize, dude. I don't think that you and here's what I'll say as far as my value and all that. I don't think that I've ever felt like more valuable as a mediator than between the two of y'all. That's why, like, the conversations we've had, three of us, they've been tremendous for the most part.
And what have they accomplished?
Nothing, because y'all
Right.
both continue to separate. When the conversations end, y'all are still bitter and angry and stuff. And then so
Right.
it's just, yeah.
So if you want to claim the role of being the mediator,
Fucking mediate.
mediate a resolve between us. Do what you said, right?
Okay.
It's not possible,
Please.
dude.
I know it's not, dude. He's so
It's not possible. This is further evidence of your denial and delusion. This is exactly what you do with your wife and kids. You're doing right now what I'm not doing with Jennifer, even though she's left for the last month. Because the reality of it is we all have our own trauma. We all have our own patterns. We all have our own expectations or lack thereof. And just saying something and feeling something isn't going to change the fact that we may have to change certain aspects of ourselves or how we interact with each other. So it's just more lip service. It's just more delusion. It's just more denial. And again, on certain levels, right, you can argue in every interaction, the delusion and the denial is what leads to the resistance. So you're saying create a resolve when we're bound to be back to the same position invariably because this position happened for a reason. Didn't just happen at a happenstance. We didn't just get off to a wrong foot. This isn't an accident. So there are fundamental differences between how we perceive ourselves and each other and life in general and what we're willing to do and not do, right? So there may be no resolution with this, at least short term.
Yeah,
Seriously,
just I don't think so. Yeah, this whole part we're talking about that is just me giving him some benefit of the doubt, but I'm trying to rush
Open
through
up
it.
the
I gotta head out here in like 30 minutes.
Right. Yep. Great. And yes, the words, when I trusted your words, I felt in myself as a man, recognized just a little bit more. And so I started to trust in myself more and I gained more confidence. And with your support, yep, the panel's clean. So when
You hear that, motherfuckers? The panel is clean. What was it like today? All the same people.
and I tried pointing that out to you, you wanted to take credit for
Why
things.
are we circling back to this? This is not what we're talking about. I
Okay,
thought we
you're
were
right.
talking about
Thank
moving
you.
on.
Thank you. You're right. You're right.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I understand. I'm not trying to take credit for anything you've done. I really am not the person who needs credit. Like, all I ask is, "What's up, buddy?" And this goes to everyone going forward. I want people to realize that I do take these things seriously. Hey, Dr. D-Head, that was a great video on your channel. I loved you recording your phone, your computer screen with your phone vertically and talking to the screen. It was great. Everything that I've done might seem like it's just chaotic drama, but a lot of it, I know the parts that because as a human being, I think the parts that stand out to us in the things we see, like, okay, so whenever you get a picture taken, like of the family, who's the first person you look at? Usually yourself, right? So
Yeah.
that's often in these dramatic spaces that's how we see them. We see them as like through a lens of how was I talked about, how, like, for example, I've made a 6.5 hour video where I mentioned, Orthodox guy once, and he said I made a whole video about him. You know what I mean? So, and the reason I bring this up is because there's certain people who it might seem as though I'm trying to, just take a sword and tear them down. But for me, it's the excess amount of people in certain circumstances that make it more difficult for
Demon
people
came
like
out there.
in one-on-one, 3, 4 groups of small groups to actually accomplish something. The more serious ones, which I would argue, you can say what you will, but I would argue that I am still one of those people. I'm willing to get outside of my comfort zone and try to mediate and work together. The money thing.
Is Brown's boy turning on me now?
Yeah, I love that live without thing, right? I did a whole hour bit on that at one point back when we used to do the Jack coverage on my show, and we just became the void. But if you do the psychological analysis, right? Even the brand is communicated from a position of lack subconsciously, right? Like it's without, instead of live with faith. You know, like that's what I kind of promote. I don't have any brand necessarily. I won't trademark anything. It doesn't matter to me. It's about living it. But it's like from an abundance position, you would think the brand would be, okay, like I'll give you an example. Proper instruction motivates people. It's communicated from a place of abundance, right? Like Jack claims abundance, but his communication style or his expression reveals lack, even down to the branding. Like it's like what we're going to do without, instead of what we're going to be and do to co-create, you know, or to be the expression or the example. Live without Landry. There's the next brand.
Who said that?
Someone in chat.
Oh, come on, Rob G.
Yeah, it's so funny because Jack and these nice, kind, polite, fake people are always telling me how negative I am. And I go, dude, if you do the criminology, sub-psychology assessment on you, you folks are the negative, weak, cowardly, lacking people who literally live in loss and lack and abandonment, and you project and you're codependent and all the rest of it. You know, it's like, that's what I'm seeing.
Interesting. Brown's boy, are you saying Paul? Interesting.
Yeah, well, he's done this. He's done this because, again, I have a position of the facts are the facts. I have an aspect of me that is endeared to Jack and others who I've grown some love or care for them. I don't want necessarily anything bad to happen to them, but I don't agree with them oftentimes. I don't believe them. And when I do the analysis of them, it reveals to me the same thing over and over again that I can't get past. That doesn't mean I can't get in the same room with them and sort of check my good reason or good sense or just my need to be right or even analyze and go along to get along, right? And just express that part of me that has some love or care for them, or just the experience we've all had, right? You spend enough time in an asylum with anyone, and you're going to wind up caring about them or being endeared to them, even if you think they're absolutely batshit insane or malicious even. That's the danger, in a way, of keeping yourself around certain people, places, and things, as we learn in NAAA, right?
It's where I get kind of where flow state. You're free to do whatever you want with him, but that's where I felt as though we were unaligned in that sense. And that's kind of why I've made a lot of enemies. However, I'm not simply here for the drama. The only reason I've been milking it is, like I've told you 1,000 times, is just to have the ability to be monetized. And that's, I'm like 2/3 of the way there. Once that's done and complete, I think people will see a much different reflection of my channel. So that's why I've allowed Paul to be there talking about all this shit.
Landry.
He goes on and on and on.
Hold on, I'm
Sometimes
not
I
done.
fall
I'm not
asleep
done.
in my chair because I'm just tired, but I want to achieve the goal. Because for me, honestly, if my wife sees that I've actually succeeded at being able to potentially monetize, she's going to say, okay, so this yelling on the computer is actually worth it. And I'm not judging you anymore. So that's what I'm doing. That's my explanation for why I go 9 hours. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I don't accept that, because right away, to me, that's like a path to a downfall. That might be the humbleness and humility that I don't have. But when it comes to living your life as a man and what you're doing and your purpose, I would never hinge that on what a woman thought or felt, because there's going to be highs and there's going to be lows. And I'm not going to sit there and have this idea that she made me or broke me based on her opinion or her validation, right? So again, and that's also an excuse or a cop-out. You do what the fuck you do because it's what you do, whether she likes it or not, you know? And the whole point is, if you do what you do because it's what you do and you get good at it, she ain't going to have no choice but to respect you. But to sit and say, well, I'm going to make whoever and what I am now, there's another side to it, right? If she's reasonable, quote unquote, and sensible, and she's making some good points and bringing some truth, and you can't answer to it, then she's got you in check, you know, and nobody's above being checked, right? The pimp can get checked by the host, so to speak, at any time based on what makes sense and where we're going here. But there also has to be the other side of things of let me do my thing. Let me be who and what I am, right? You do you, let me do me. You know, as far as where I'm sitting, right? I'm not trying to tell you how to live or be. Again,
No, I feel you.
I can't seem to keep a relationship going for more than a 3 to 5 year average beyond a certain point either, you know, and a good part of that, I think, is just me in a way being that avoidant, right? Where I'd rather focus on me and whatever I'm doing and what I'm creating than having to be there or be a certain aspect of me for somebody else, for them to feel complete or whole or happy or whatever else, right? And a lot of that, I think, comes down to how I grew up, you know, and I think there's some pros to that and there's some cons to that. So obviously always take that into account. But what the fuck? He had just said something.
Hold on. He's
Well,
gonna say
yeah,
some-
no,
he's
no,
gonna say
I
some more
had
shit.
said something. I want to be clear that in any analysis of everybody, in anybody, including me, we have to be clear that I'm sure there are some good and loving and caring. I want to believe that, you know, some positive aspects to Jack, you know, and that there just has to be this bridging of those negative and positive aspects with some level of truth or true enough. And that the main resistance point here is we're not bridging the gap with some truth or true practice. The gap is bridged with delusion and denial and a grandiose sense of self and vision, right? Which, of course, even if he means well, is not an answer to the problems that he faces, right? So it's not a condemnation thing, and it's not a throw the baby out with the bathwater thing. It's actually, for me, I've become endeared to this guy, and I want to see him get what's meant for him, but seemingly the way he's been living and what he says reveals that what's meant for him is what he's always got, right? And then I pause and reflect on how much that's true for me. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
That is what you were doing. That was so short-sighted. So short-sighted.
Okay.
Trying to be like the others.
No. Not like the others. If I was
You're
like the others,
trying-
I would
Are
like
you
to-
not? You did not say you're doing this to get monetized.
Yes, but I'm not going to chase money in that aspect.
That's exactly what you're doing.
Dude,
Chasing-
you're the one who told Flow State that I should let him read the super chat on my channel.
Landry.
Don't. We were getting somewhere. Don't do this.
Landry.
Don't do it.
You're missing the point again.
I'm not, dude. I'm
Can
not
I
here for the
further-
money. I'm
can
not
I
here for the money. I'm
further-
just saying.
Can we get off of your defense so I can get to the further point, the contradiction that you overlooked? Imagine how
We were getting somewhere, dude.
imagine how differently your wife could have been. Not so much, getting close to the point where people can donate to me, and I can get commercials in this live streams.
Okay, now
So-
let me ask you this, Landry.
Yeah, go for it.
Besides her excitement,
Do you, this is more evidence of what I was just talking about. Do you actually sit around and actively like even think from that perspective that imagine how like all you lost out on or what you could have had if you'd have did XYZ? Because I don't get that impression from you. Right? That's what he's like projecting onto you, that you're supposed to be sitting around in regret and resentment about all of what your life could have been that it's not. I mean,
No, that's not my situation at all. Obviously, I have I'm able to be. Obviously, what happened in my personal life happened, so we had family business and all that, and it's just things have taken a turn. And but right now I'm very comfortable. But I don't want to just never try to make money again. You know what I mean?
right, but
Yeah.
that's my point is you seem to be someone, and I can resonate with that, who regardless of how bad or testing and challenging your past has been, you may keep that pain close for motivation, but you strike me as somebody who's looking forward in the
Yeah.
sense of, I'm not regretful and worried about what I don't have. I'm wondering what I could do with what I got now and turn it into something greater, right? It's like
Yes.
we're not either seeking or coming to realize that indwelling sort of passion or vision, right? So, okay. I just wanted to kind of, because I find these pivotal points in the conversation, in the reflection, where it starts to become clear who's who and what's what and why everybody is at the position they are internally, right? It's because, again, the fundamental perspective of themselves and life and the working for self and the truth versus working against it, right? The victor mentality versus the victim mentality.
Yes, sir.
Statement for that.
Then
Imagine
tell Flow State to fuck off if you actually feel this way. No, you won't, because you think he can serve you. What is this? Why are you going here? This is not. We're getting somewhere.
right. And where I want you to start thinking, I said your choices were short. It was short-term thinking. The greater vision of ending wars, of actually finding a way. It's not just Donald Trump. Stop thinking this one person is the hang up. We can't get through that one person. That's it.
I literally just died in this moment.
That's it. I told you he's a #1 death coach, man. If he would just market himself differently, he'd get way further in this shit. There's Landry. Here lies Landry.
This is the way society taught people to think. We're here to be positive influences in the direction that life brings. I want to find a way to bring me into the influence of Donald Trump, to help him realize what he's not seeing, just like I'm trying to help Paul Unslave see that there's actually solutions if we work together instead of heading off to some imaginary compound.
Hey, you like books, right? If you want me to send back your hard drive, I can, or I can keep it. It's up to you. But I'll also send you this book so you can read about the vast. I'm not saying you actually will. I'm just making a point that the amount of people that are in power is so much further beyond one person that you'd have to talk to a lot of people, not just Congress. Honestly, Congress. That's like, for me. If you ever look at the congressional hearings and stuff, those are almost just like it's a ping pong game. It's all
Landry, you're thinking about what you have learned. You're not considering what I might have been learning. Okay. I've been learning the true power of truth. I've been in this experience online, studying human behavior, including my own. Most people are not as self-reflective as me because they don't. See, this is where I'll ignore your foolishness.
Okay.
Your intentional disrespect. See,
you can't say that. It's just so silly. Don't
let's
be so dishonest.
Let's consider the facts, young man.
All right, old man.
When I'm not online, who's got my attention?
I don't know. That's your business.
Right. You never asked about me.
You never asked about Jack.
How I live, what I am.
You're not
really
intrigued
like
enough and enamored
in the
enough with
present
Jack
day.
for Jack's liking.
I would be if it was interesting.
Oh, well, yeah, that's what I keep telling everyone.
What?
See, you're amongst
so bored,
this
dude.
current reality where everyone's living in the past, Landry.
Landry's reorganizing his CD collection from 2005.
Okay,
I'm trying.
We were getting somewhere, but then somehow something I said got us off track. So now I'm just kind of like, to be honest, I'm not sure I have much to say because we're going in circles here. We were getting somewhere for sure.
That's your story. That's your narrative. I'm clear-minded. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Sorry, you don't know. You don't. Is there any questions I can help you better understand?
Sure. Yeah, I still got more. Let's go. So how many people do you have working with you right now? Not money, just working, helping you with your stuff.
Explain the relevance.
I'm going through my questions, and I'm curious about it.
Explain the relevance.
Because if you want to work together as a team, you were trying to initially set up like team working, and I was talking to Trixie.
You're not working with me right now.
Okay,
so now
check that one
what
out.
I have
You asked me
is
for questions. Okay, we'll move on.
Landry.
It doesn't matter.
Yes.
Okay.
When it's relevant, you will know.
Okay, cool.
You didn't seem to care when you were on my team. Isn't that fascinating? Please go ahead. I'm sorry.
I told you I would be happy to put the past in the past and all that. And you said we're not working together, so I'm not going to beg you. I'm just reading the questions I have listed.
Okay, right.
I won't read them if you don't want me to.
Through it. Let's go.
Okay.
Through it.
So I said, I mean, I know this is going to make you upset, but I said that the only way that no, I'm not going to say it. Please help me understand your shorter term goals.
In which direction?
in the now. Say that hypothetically, I know it's not happening, but hypothetically, if I were working with that book is called Tragedy and Hope by Carol Quigley. It's really, really big and thick and long, just like something else I'm do right now.
Landry, real quick.
Things that I could
Since Chuck's here, I thought about what he said, and I don't remember it, but I don't want to argue about it or right fight. I'd rather just do the right thing as I see it. Chuck, I want to apologize to you if what you said is true, and I'm not qualifying it if what you said is true. I'm taking your word because it sounds like something I would have said. I think it should go without saying. And maybe it doesn't. Maybe I was on some kind of whatever. Let me not qualify. I want to apologize to you for whatever I said to you about your wife and children back in the day that, seemed to stick with you. Because if what you said is true, what I said, and it wasn't in humor and jest, and I was just going off on some kind of power trip or whatever, then obviously that's not correct. And that's not who and what I am at my core. And that's not what I want to represent, right? Because I don't live that way, right? And if I do, or when I do or did live that way, it comes back to bite me in the ass, right? So it's probably not correct and true, So I would like to, again, I may think you're goofy in a bunch of other different ways, but as far as you and I's personal situation, an issue, I'd like to put that to bed as much as possible. So,
and he owes me at least $10,000 after the amount of time that he's given to Flow State. So
that's a whole other thing, man. At the end of the day, you're going to learn in this thing that as much as our flesh and just our life, we want money. There's spiritual ties that come with everything, right? There's karma, energy, obligations, all the rest of it. So all I'll say is be careful with who you take what from, right? Not all people is good people. Not all money is good money.
On would be of the most value for you?
It's up to you. I mean, I know what I want. I just want someone to help me achieve any of the goals that I want to achieve. Okay. And I'd love to try out some of the ways I want to achieve my goals, but so far I keep getting told what to do by young punks who think they've outsmarted me.
I don't think I've outsmarted you, dude. That's not what I'm saying.
You claimed victory. You claimed victory, clearly.
What on the title?
Yeah, that's in my mind.
Okay, that was clearly just a sort of jab, because I felt as though the whole thing was kind of silly. I feel the reason why I quit, so to speak, is because I could tell that we'd gotten to a space where in the beginning you were very open to what I was saying, just in any way that I could speak comfortably and have my mind be open without any sort of hesitations. So, and then it eventually got to the point where I could tell it didn't matter what I said or what I wanted to say. I felt afraid to say it because I was scared of how you might respond. So I didn't want to be there. I felt like it was just kind of I didn't feel like there was much I could do to fix it.
You created the results.
Okay.
Okay, your fears come true. I can help you face your doubts. You didn't want to seem to name them, but the live without fear is not a joke, Landry. Okay, the words of Jesus, they're for us all to know.
Did Jesus say live without fear?
He said, fear not.
Okay.
And perfect love casts out all fear. And I have tasted perfect love many, 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 many
Landry, that one day me and him were sitting around.
Made love.
Ew. Yeah, we were sitting around and I go, a better brand for you would be love without fear because you're always talking about love. He immediately went out and trademarked it. And when I said, Jack, I created the love without fear brand, his response was, you were too slow, bitch. I thought that was great. It's so much irony, layers and layers of irony. That's my kind of comedy and experience.
What relevance is that to you?
It's a human a lot of
you've shown you're not my friend nor my business partner. So that's
you would answer to partners do not treat business partners like this, and they have actual goals and plans and ideas. So I never would ever call you a business partner. I said we were working together, but that's even a stretch. If I was your friend or your business partner either, though. Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah, I mean, it's just what I'm saying. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, where we are probably the most different is I will always continue to be a human being, and just kind of sometimes I
You
can
don't
just,
know what a human being means, dude.
oh my god.
You really don't.
Okay. Maybe
You
I don't.
say you care, you say you're honest, but then you present your inauthenticity. You pretend to listen, Landry.
I'm not pretending. I'm listening.
I've experienced this, and I'm sorry for bringing up the past, but this is what I've experienced. And I'd assume it's not just with me.
Okay.
It's what people with nervous energy have taught themselves to do.
Okay.
They're disassociated from the present moment, the present
Right now, I
reality.
am disassociated. Yes, you've
I
put me
know.
in this position.
I put you there.
This conversation did because it's not going anywhere.
That's
We
because
were going somewhere, and I was very engaged.
okay, so let's give control back to you then. Where would you like to lead us?
All I'm saying is that whenever we were talking about me mediating with Paul, somehow we got sidetracked into this whole whatever. We can watch back later and we'll figure it out. But
I hope you do.
of course, yeah, duh. So that's what I'm trying to say is where I feel like I could be of value here, because I don't know if this is going to go anywhere, but I do feel like if I'm able to talk to Paul and get him to come in from and I can't control the way you come into the conversation, but if I can get him to kind of be a little bit more chillaxed, which I think I can, we could go somewhere. I think so.
Go what direction? Towards what goal?
Towards ending wars, towards
He's not
achievement.
interested. He's not interested in that.
Okay, so then towards some sort of
So I mean, this is pretty much the end. I do have to go here soon, but I want to get any thoughts that you might have. I could just play it till the end and then we stop commentating. Then I jump
Yeah,
off.
this projection that I don't want to end wars because I don't believe that that's a mission statement or a banner that actually has an action space that is somewhat achievable. If I heard that and saw that, I might get on board with it. I haven't yet, so it's merely a conceptualization. This again, I just attempted to end a 3-year non-war mouth war, I guess, if you want to call it that, or some kind of a toxic connection or loop with Chuck. So if I believe it's possible and I'm able to summon the will and the courage and the sense to move forward in something, then I do, because I see that it makes sense to me and probably needs to happen. I haven't seen that. So we're all still waiting. I'm still waiting. Let me help you, help me, help you. What's the path to ending wars and getting to Trump and whatever else? It's a feeling. Sounds good, interesting, entertaining. We don't have any action steps. So, I mean, again, he just presumes anybody who doesn't do the work for him to a goal we can't see how is going to be achieved doesn't actually care about or isn't interested in the goal. That's the LARP. That's the endless loop. That's how he gets to play the victim and also have power and control. It's ingenious in its simplicity.
Amen, brother. I mean, there's the Slab City thing. We talked about that, or anything like that. Achieving something that I guarantee you, if we somehow ended up in the same place, same time, something would actually get done because there would be 3 of us there. I don't think that anyone
Hopefully it
could
still happens with you, Paul.
Restrict that from happening. But we don't have to. I don't know. I'm sorry, man. I'm getting a little bit. I'm just getting a little bit tired here. I'm no longer able to really have a functional conversation.
Yeah, because you've been accusing me of looping and wasting our time. I'm sorry you chose to see our time together that way again.
I don't think it's wasted.
No, if you're honest and you'll go back and consider things as, I hope you can get past my tone, the opinions of who you think I am. And I hope you understand what I'm saying, Landry. Because I know what I know. And no one can take from me what I know about me as a man. I told you, I'm fucking proud of who I am because God took me through the ringer and God has blessed me. I'm trying to share blessings, Landry. Thanks for how you've treated me. Anything else today?
No.
All right. God bless. I appreciate the chance.
Bye.
Peace.
Love bomb guilt trip.
All right, guys, we have a special surprise here right now. Everybody, nobody's going to see this coming. This is crazy. Unbelievable. First time ever, first time exclusive. We're going to get somebody's opinion about Jack Talcott. Let's do it. Get up there. You got to be like real close to it. Just say everything you think you feel. So you're supposed to, yeah, just sit down.
Okay.
Just, you can hear yourself. You're like, you want to speak into that part right there.
Sounds so crazy. This is how you hear yourself all the
Yeah,
time?
you have to be like right up there. Yep, in this part. You're not even close enough.
Oh, okay. What do I think about Jack Talcott?
Hey, what are your thoughts after 1 month? He's not here.
I know.
And once Landry leaves the room, what you think about Paul Enslaved as well? Ooh, yeah.
You're so nervous.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
Oh, did I come in?
Yeah, no, when she cries, it sounds horrible.
Yeah, Landry, go watch the kid for a couple hours, all right? Here's $50, man. Go to the mall or something. Yeah. Yeah, we got this. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think he's interesting. I would never watch his content ever. Personally, not my cup of tea. I don't know why Landry watches him. What?
Yeah, I don't know why Landry's doing anything that he's doing, ma'am. I keep trying to tell him, you know, God bless the kid, you know, he's going to find his way.
I don't know about that.
Oh, Landry, you're still there. Oh, Landry, please keep it down with that kid.
Okay, he took her outside. She's gone.
Thank God. Now we can finally get down to something here. Make a point.
Yeah.
What are we going to do about Landry, okay? I love the kid. I know you have love for him, but he's got to get it together, all right? I've been telling him that.
Yeah, I've been telling him that for 6 years.
6 years?
6 years, yeah.
So you're saying Landry is basically Jack Talcott with way more time.
I don't know. Has he
Maybe.
been doing it for 6 years?
What now?
Has Jack been doing it for 6 years?
Yeah. Landry doesn't know it, but he's pretty much already living the Jack Talcott story. Soon he'll be on the internet saying, my wife left me. I don't know what happened, brothers and sisters. It's all Paul Enslaved's fault.
Yeah, you're King of the Betas? That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. All right, continue. I'm just doing some cringe sort of curiosity content here.
Yeah, I think he's kind of full of shit. But
She's so nervous, dude. She's talking at like 1% volume.
By the way, this is how I play both sides, essentially, with aspects of the truth, so I never really lie. And then we figure out how much your wife doesn't really respect you, as if you didn't already know. Because we got to get that together, you know? You don't want to be Landry Talcott.
Okay. I didn't know if anything was happening because you're sitting there staring.
Yeah. You know, there's common themes going on through this panel verse, okay? We're all going to have to look at that. We're going to have to reflect.
I mean, I do think you're all on drugs, but
I mean, thank you for noticing.
I'm not allowed to say that, but yeah.
If cannabis is a drug, then yeah, I mean.
Okay, he's waving me off. He wants me to stop talking.
All right.
All right. I don't know how to end it though.
Okay, I'll come back.
Okay, you'll come back.
All right. You hear that, everyone? Everyone here? No, they're all on drugs.
Yeah, and you're basically Jack Talcott in the making.
That's good.
She thinks you're insane and delusional. You've done nothing for 6 years. She's waiting for you to get your act together.
Oh, that's what she said. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I got.
All right, that's good. Miss Landry, we're gonna have to talk about Landry. Tell Landry to leave the room. Wow, must have been awesome. Must have missed something good. I couldn't hear her. She was talking at like, "Hello, everyone. This is how I sound." I'm very nervous, but okay. I have something cool for the ending today. It's super gay, but hey, it's fun. Yeah, I got to head out because we got to have family time or whatever they say. And good things are coming. Maybe later. Might be back depending on, things.
All right, I'm out of here. Big things are happening. Choose love, live without fear. Blessings for everyone.
Bye-bye. All right, guys, enjoy.
Stuck in a loop, tell me what to do. When God speaks to me, he does it through. Caught in a pod, but I smile and nod. It's like finding a friend when looking for God. It's like a modern man when he won't have a plan. Says he's ready